Today we want to show you a little masterpiece. To do so, we chose the best location, Venice. This is CAPOFORTE SQ240i.
SQ240i.
We're about to navigate with zero emissions because we are equipped with Harmo, a 48-volt electric engine by Yamaha. All of the electric cables that supply power to the engine are hosted beneath this cowling. The propeller guard contains all of the permanent magnets, while the rotor in the center generates propeller rotation for a maximum thrust of 3.7 kilowatts. Where the bow meets the deck, it recalls an aircraft carrier, or Nord, the renowned superyacht by Lursen Yachts. But the stem actually recalls sailing yachts, so we do not forget that some shapes have the main purpose of making us navigate well. CAPOFORTE was conceived as a range of Invictus yacht, but today it's totally independent. In the name of this model are all of its identities: S for sedan, Q, electric ignition symbol, 240, the number of feet expressed in decimal points, and I, because it has a built-in motor. It is 246 centimeters wide, which is a lot for a hull that has to navigate while minimizing the drag, but is perfect to make even 6 people comfortable. In fact, there are even 10 seats, all the people it can carry according to CE regulations. Even in the smallest details, it is completely symmetrical to the keel axis. There are cozy wraparound sofas at the bow, sofas for sitting or lounging along the sides, a sofa amidships, forward and aft of the console. The floor coating recalls the water surface with a sequence of soft waves, like the almost imperceptible ones left in this wake. The formwork is essential. There is no need for protection from the wind, which is only a light breeze even when moving at full speed. The console is almost totally hidden by the sides, which are sturdy at the bow and smooth and pure from amidships to the stern. It's like a living room floating on the water. Furnishings, edges, upholsteries, colours and accessories have been carefully selected as a haute couture designer would have done for a fashion show dress. The belts on the upholstery, the belt on the bow, the handrail under the aft sunpad. Harmony is the stylistic theme of this model.
To complete
it, there are a few accessories, such as the extendable teak table with cup holders, which can also become a sun deck. Then there is the sunshade awning, supported by 6 carbon poles arranged all around to repair the entire deck. The sun deck is near the surface. Who doesn't like lying on the water? And this is the headrest. Under the sofas and the flooring there are many storage spaces. And look at the huge aft locker. This is also a practical boat. On this model, with a total capacity of 4 batteries, we have 800 amperes per hour. We also have the joystick control, which helps us during manoeuvring. The instrumentation indicates that we have 90% of battery capacity. The passages in channels where you have to have pinpoint accuracy are suggestive. It looks like we're navigating on a sailboat in total silence, without any physical exercise, in total relaxation. The atmosphere is special.
poi non ci sono vibrazioni.
In addition, there are no vibrations, neither engine vibrations nor transmission vibrations, not even those indeed by the deck elements that might sway.
Potrebbero oscillare. E mentre si naviga si fanno
And while sailing,
cose
you do things that are pleasant, relaxing and fun.
Il viaggio
The purpose of the voyage is not to reach a destination, but the journey itself is the destination. The journey itself is the moment to be enjoyed.
da godere. Navigando qui nei
Navigating here in the canals within the city of Venice at 450 RPM, the battery discharges very slowly, so the duration of the trip can be very
il
long.
viaggio può essere molto lunga. Ad esempio, in
For
questo
example,
momento
right now we are consuming just 10 amperes.
10 ampere. La tensione della batteria è ancora
The battery voltage is still optimal at full charge.
E adesso
And now, let's enter Canal Grande, so you can enjoy this city.
godere questa città. Il timone è molto demoltiplicato.
The rudder is highly demultiplied, with 4 turns to port and 4 to starboard. But if you move your hands quickly, you'll notice it has excellent maneuverability.
Eccellente manovrabilità. Navighiamo da 10 minuti.
We have been navigating for 10 minutes. Considering slow motion maneuvers and the charge is always 90%.
90%. Si sentono I motori delle
You can
altre
hear the
barche,
engines of the other boats, but not ours. And this is a new situation for
nella
me.
quale non mi sono mai trovato. Wey!
This is backstage. This is where everyone waves and gets to know us. It's a continuous celebration.
Salutano e ci conoscono tutti. Ora, secondo
Now,
i dati,
according to the data provided by the shipyard, at 5 kilometers per hour, the range should be around 23 hours.
23 ore.
At 7.7 kilometers an hour, it should be around 9 hours.
A
At
8,8
8.8 kilometers an hour, it should be 6 hours. And at 10 kilometers per hour, it should be 4 hours.
Insomma, c'è una grande differenza e vale
Well,
la
there
pena
is an enormous difference, and it's also worth dosing the accelerator depending on how long we want our trip to be and which range we want to have.
quale autonomia vogliamo avere. Con tutta la manetta giù siamo a 950
Going full
giri.
throttle, we're at 950 RPM at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour. The ammeter tells me that the motor is drawing 80 amps. If we were to do a pure mathematical calculation and consider the discharge of the batteries and their ability to supply us with energy, both when they are fully charged and when their charge is gradually dropping, well, with this data we would have to say that we could cruise with 800 amperes per hour of capacity for 10 hours at 10 kilometers per hour.
Per 10 ore a 10 km orari. Sono sceso a
I went
800
down to 800 RPM at 8 kilometers per hour. The ammeter reads 50 amps of absorption. Again, the range is much higher than the one conservatively estimated by the shipyard.
stimata prudentemente dal cantiere. Diciamo che per scaricare
Let's
completamente
say
le
that
batterie
theoretically, to fully discharge the batteries, so this is not possible, we could cruise for as much as 6 hours at this speed.
crociera a questa velocità. In alternativa è previsto
As an alternative, it is possible to mount a Malabo inboard engine with an axle and propeller of 50 kilowatts of power, again at 48 volts, which again, according to the data stated by the shipyard, propels the boat to a maximum speed of 17 knots.
Se immagino di navigare qualche ora
If
in
I imagine navigating a few hours in relaxation, in absolute silence, I imagine myself at the helm of this CAPOFORTE SQ240i, a boat capable of making any place and any atmosphere sublime, even if we are not in
anche
Venice.
se non siamo a Venezia.